I'm Flewellyn. Entrepreneurs all over the world seek to impact society through offering a specific type of service. As for today's humanitarian, she uses her business as a medium to connect with and serve the Metro Detroit community. It Takes a Village is an organization that seeks to assist women and men struggling to overcome many areas of poverty. April Ray, owner of Salon Ray in Farmington Hills and founder of It Takes a Village, joins us today to uncover the beauty of giving back to our community. Welcome, April Ray.
Thank you, Don, for having me.
Thank you for coming. What inspired you to take your business and use it as a helpful tool to the community?
Well, first of all, I can say when I started at 5 years old, sitting back on the porch watching my neighbors go by, being just a dreamer, having passion to want to help and create and change the appearances of others. I vowed that one day when I got in this position, I would use that as a vehicle to help the people in the neighborhood and the community organizations.
Now, why It Takes a Village? Why that name?
Well, first of all, it actually takes a village or a community of people, small business organizations, nonprofit organizations, community people, community leaders to come together to support and give aid to those in need.
Okay, what programs do you have implemented under It Takes a Village?
There are 3 different programs under It Takes a Village, the first being Fighting Back. Fighting Back is designed to equip women with tools to overcome low self-esteem, build a positive self-image, reclaim their lives. The second is Cover Up. Cover Up is designed for the salon to reduce prices, and in exchange for the reduced prices, clients will then come in with a new blanket, and it will aid to all the shelters that are in need for the women and men and children that are suffering from homelessness. The last program is United We Eat. United We Eat is a canned good drive, and again, we would slash prices at the salon and do it at a discount rate in exchange for canned goods. All the proceeds and the donations will then be turned over to all the shelters that aid and assist in feeding our community.
That's great. Now, with all of the different programs under It Takes a Village, what is your process of selection for the programs such as Fighting Back?
Okay, with that selection process, we're partnering with other organizations or domestic violence organizations, and they will base it on their criteria and then refer the clients over to the salon.
Okay, so you're just going to partner with those other groups and then bring them in from there?
Yes.
Okay, so I've known, organizations and businesses usually to get sponsored by them. Why not just sponsor an organization? Why actually run it? Isn't that a lot of work?
It is a lot of work, but here's the thing, Don. Each of us, we have an obligation to do something and to be a part of the community. And at the end of the day, when we have to ask ourselves, did we do our job? Absolutely. Instead of giving excuses, I like to give solutions.
What do you see for the future of It Takes a Village?
I'm hoping to use It Takes a Village as a vehicle and a place of refuge where people can really come, rely, and get the resources and the help that they need.
Okay, when should we expect to see some of these programs launched?
We're looking to launch the programs in mid-fall. We have a lot of work ahead of us, and so I want to take my time to make sure that everything is done decent and in order.
Okay, and what program will you be launching first?
I would like to start with Fighting Back. I believe that equipping women with a positive outlook on their appearance and their selves will gain them self-confidence. It will give them the stepping stone where they need to be.
Now, describe a regular day for Fighting Back. When you start, what is it going to look like? Are the women going to come into the salon? Are they going to go to a session where you'll talk about what they need? How's that going to flow?
Well, they're going to come into the salon, and we're going to provide them with services such as aesthetics, facials, eyebrow waxing, pedicures, manicures. We're going to do the total package. We want the women to really feel the impact of what being beautiful feels like on the outside, so they can get in contact with the beauty on the inside.
Absolutely. And will you keep in touch with these women after this?
Yes. We're concerned about their welfare and their well-being, and we want to see them succeed. So absolutely.
Okay. All right. And what about Cover Up? How will you go about that?
Now with Cover Up, I'm looking to partner with the homeless shelters that are around the city that can't aid and help other people that are in need. So I want to make a connection with them so that when they're low on donations or what have you, they can use us as a vehicle to support their cause.
Okay, thank you so much, April, for being with us today.
Thank you, Don.
Well, I would like to thank you, April, for sharing a piece of your dream with us today. For more information on how you can get involved with this organization, contact April Ray at dollsexist@salonray@yahoo.com. Have you ever heard the phrase, "Your trash is another man's treasure"? Well, my guest today is here to explain how with one dream, one vision, this phrase became literal in helping not one, but several communities in Metro Detroit. The Heidelberg Project and Cultural Village, located on the east side of Detroit, has gained national and international attention for its mind-cultivating concepts. Join me in welcoming Janine Whitfield, Executive Director of the Heidelberg Project. Janine, thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
Now, what exactly is the Heidelberg Project, and where did the name come from?
Well, first of all, the name is the street.
Okay.
So it's Heidelberg Street, and it's where Tyree Guyton was born and raised. The Heidelberg Project is a funky outdoor community art environment that is known all over the world. And the concept is the artist using found object materials is symbolic of sometimes how we discard people in communities. So these discarded objects are used as a way to help people to understand what happens if we pick these things up, dust them off, add new color. It breathes new life back into the community.
Now, what are some programs being worked on under the Heidelberg Project?
We have two very strong comprehensive programs. One of them is what we call ACE, Art, Community, and Environment. And the concept behind this is that we're helping children to understand how they can reclaim objects and things in their community to actually rebuild their community.
Okay.
In other words, not only precious materials are used to create art, so they explore found object art, they explore the greening of their community, and then we put that together in an educational form and help children to rethink their communities and the communities that they live in. The other program that we have is that we're literally building a cultural village. So it's actually, the Heidelberg Project is already a cultural village, but the concept is that we're creating these themed houses. For example, the House of Music, the House of Life, the House of Words. So you see these funky artistic houses on the outside, and then on the inside they're serving a purpose. So the House of Music, of course, would be teaching children about all different genres of music. So that's the concept, and then we're taking this green space and we're incorporating the green space into the art, where there will be art sculptures, there will be food gardens, there will be flower gardens, and it'll be a walkable community. It's exciting.
Very exciting. Now, how will you all use the people of the community to help with the Heidelberg Project?
You know, our work is not the same type of work as some other charitable organizations. For example, those that feed people, those that clothe people. Our work is defined now as abstract advocacy. And the concept behind that is that we are offering new information that will help change the attitudes of people and in turn change their behavior. And we have many examples of how people who've lived in that community, who at first were very opposed to the Heidelberg Project because they didn't understand, have now come to see the benefits of their community, or this work being in their community, and how they may be able to exercise their own entrepreneurial skills. One guy built a water stand, and now he sells water on Heidelberg Street. There's another gentleman who is selling hot dogs in the spring and the summer. So you can see how a community is literally beginning to rebuild itself. Yeah. So these are the ways that we're introduced. We want people to start thinking about, we're bringing the people to you. The whole world is coming. Now, what are you going to do?
Absolutely, yes. How do you create a diverse community in one of the poorest communities in the country?
That's the interesting thing. You know, we've had over 275,000 people visit the Heidelberg Project. We've had over 100 countries visit. And that's the beauty of art. This is how you demonstrate that art is a catalyst for change. People come to the Heidelberg Project because they have to see this thing. How is it that this artist has taken these found objects and all of these different, so-called trash, reconstructed it, reconfigured it, completely take over an entire block? And people have to come and see it. And then when you get there, we give narrated tours of the Heidelberg Project. You'll learn that, for example, what is the symbolism behind the polka dots? Well, we're celebrating racial diversity. We're celebrating racial harmony. You'll see an oven, for example, stuffed with shoes. What is the symbolism behind that? That's acknowledging the Jewish Holocaust. So there's a thought process behind every work of art that you see out there, and people come because they want to learn. They want to understand that.
How do we keep the people who live here and attract others to join us?
Well, again, going right back to art being a catalyst for change. When you look at the art and how it brings people together, it creates a platform for discussion. It creates a platform for understanding. And I'll give you an example. We had our festival in 2008. We had the CEO of Daimler Financial there, and he's standing there and having a conversation with this, what I call this sister with the big hair and the earrings and the gum, and they're having a conversation. That's starting to promote understanding between races. And you know, Detroit is really segregated. So the Heidelberg Project literally becomes this platform for discussion that draws all people.
Thank you so much, Janine.
Thank you
for joining us today and enlightening us on the community of peace and art created and transformed right here in Detroit. For more information about the Heidelberg Project and how you can be a part of this prestigious organization, log on to www.heidelberg.org.